Okay, g'day guys. Today we're looking at factorising quadratic trinomials, and this is going to be a bit challenging. So we'll just go through it nice and slowly and provide plenty of examples, and just pause the video or play over it whenever you need to get it to help you. Firstly, it's probably important to just define what a quadratic is. It's an expression or equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay. Now, what we're looking to do is, this is a quadratic in expanded form. We're looking to write it like x plus alpha times x plus beta. Okay, so we're looking to go from expanded form into a factorized form. All right. So the way we're going to do that is a method called the cross product method. Okay, and so what we're looking for are two numbers that multiply to give you c. So the product of these two numbers is c, and when you add them together, you get b. Okay, so for example, in our first one here, this is going to be a nice easy one. We're looking for two numbers that multiply together to get 2. So we're going to start by listing the factors of 2. All right, there are no others, fortunately. It's just 1 times 2. Okay, so we can see that 1 times 2 equals 2, and 1 plus 2 equals 3. So these are the numbers that we need. And the way we check that this is the right answer is we go like this. We go x and x, okay, because x times x gives you x squared. And we go, the multiples of 2 that we've chosen are 1 and 2. And the reason it's called the cross product method is because we cross multiply. We multiply the bottom by the top and the top by the bottom. The reason for that is less apparent now. It will be clear later once we start to tackle some harder ones. So if we go x times 1, that's just going to give you x. And if we go x times 2, that's going to give you 2x. All right? And we can see that x plus 2x is 3x. That's what we have here in the middle. So our two solutions, so we have x squared plus 3x plus 2 is equal to this bracket, x plus 1, times this bracket, x plus 2. Okay? So if we were to expand this using FOIL, this is what we would get. All right, let's look at example B. So again, we're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give you 6, and that when you add them together, you get positive 5. All right, so let's list the multiples of 6. We can have 1 times 6, 2 times 3. All right, so they're the two factors there. Now, when we add these together, if we go 1 plus 6, that's equal to 7. All right, what we need is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. So this is the one we're going to use, 2 times 3. So again, we write it out like we would check it. Multiples of x squared are x and x. Multiples of 6 are 2 and 3. That's the one that we're using. And we're just going to cross multiply. Okay, x times 2 is 2x. X times 3 is 3x. And 2x plus 3x is 5x. Okay, that's what we do have in the middle here. So that's the solution that we're looking for. So we're going to have x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to, and we've got the brackets here, x plus 2 and x plus 3. Okay, let's keep going with these examples. X squared take x takes 6. Okay, so we've got multiples of minus 6. All right, so we're looking for two numbers that multiply to give you minus 6, and when you add them together, you get minus 1. Okay, the coefficient in front of x there is minus 1. So we're just going to start by listing the multiples of 6. Okay, and again, that's 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. Now we need to explore all possibilities here. Okay, because the product of the two numbers is negative, it means one of the numbers is negative. Okay, so if 1 is negative, we'd have minus 1 times 6 is minus 6, that's correct. But minus 1 plus 6 is 5, okay? If we have minus 6, then we're going to have 1 times minus 6 is minus 6, but 1 plus minus 6 is minus 5, okay? So it's not going to be this one, so we're going to put a cross there. It's going to be these two numbers, 2 or 3. And we have 2 times 3. If we make the 2 positive and the 3 negative, we can see we're going to have 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. 2 plus minus 3 is minus 1. Okay, so this is the one we're looking for. We have x and x, multiples of 2 and 3. We've decided we're going to have minus 3 and positive 2. All right, now if we go here, we go x times minus 3 is minus 3x. X times 2 is positive 2x. And when we add those together, we get minus x. All right, and that's what we have there in the B, so we know that's the answer. And again, we wrap the brackets around from top to bottom. Okay, so we have x squared, take x, take away 6 is equal to x take 3 times x plus 2. Okay, so that's a little bit trickier when we have a negative in there. All right, let's keep going. Example D here, we have x squared plus 3x, take 10. All right, so we're looking for two numbers that multiply to give you minus 10, and when you add them, you get 5. So let's start by listing the factors of 10. We have 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. Okay, now 1 times 10, and again, because one of them is negative, it means one of these 4 numbers is negative. Okay, so there's a lot of possibilities that we could check out. Once you get good at this, you won't need to investigate all the possibilities, and it will become clear to you which is the right one. All right. So we're going to do multiples of x squared, x and x. Multiples of minus 10 are 5 and 2. All right. That's the one that we're going to use, 5 and 2. Okay. And we can see if we have positive 5 and minus 2, that it will add up to 3x. Okay. 5 times minus 2 is minus 10. 5 plus minus 2 is positive 3. So let's confirm that here. We go x times 5 is 5x, x times minus 2 is minus 2x, and when we add that together, we get 3x. Okay, so we wrap the bracket around them like this, and so we have x squared plus 3x, take 10, is equal to x plus 5 times x take 2. All right, now all of these, I'm really drawing out the process for you. Okay, once you get really confident, you're going to be able to just go from here to here, right, without even looking at it. Okay, let's keep going. X squared plus 4x take 21. So multiples of 21, 1 times 21, and 3 times 7. Okay, now one of them again has to be negative because we have negative 21 here. Obviously, we're going to be looking at 3 and 7, aren't we? Because 21 plus 1 would be 22, and 21 take 1 would be 20. So we're looking at 3 and 7, all right? Because we can do, if we did minus 3, we're going to have 7 times minus 3 is minus 21, and 7 plus minus 3 is 4. So this is the one we're looking at using. So let's investigate x and x, and we've got 7 and 3, and we've said we're going to make the 3 negative. Okay, we do the cross product, we're going to have 7x plus minus 3x, that's equal to 4x. So our solution is this one here, x plus 7 and x minus 3. So x squared plus 4x, take 21, equals x plus 7 times x take 3. All right, last one, x squared plus 8x plus 16. So multiples of 16 are 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give 16, and when you add them together, you get 8. Okay, now obviously the answer is going to be 4 and 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So let's confirm that. We have x and x, 4 and 4. X times 4 is 4x. X times 4 here, 4x. We add that together, we get 8x, right? So our answer for this one is x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals x plus 4 times x plus 4, which is also equal to x plus 4 squared. Okay? So this is a fairly complex process, but the key to understanding it, I guess, is that you just need to find two numbers that multiply together to give you C, and that you add together to get B. Also keep in mind we are considering the symbol with regards to this number, and then it's just about writing them as factors. So hopefully this video helps.